Buenos dias, ustedes. For those of you that don't know, my name is Kevin Shield. I am one of the two Spanish teachers here, as well as Kristen Wells. I want to take a moment to go over the different options that we have with Spanish, as well as the World Language Program here at Batavia High School, as scheduling is starting to be talked about. I'll talk a little bit about what each class includes, and the different paths that you can take. If you have any questions, by all means, always send us an email. What we have in front of us is actually the scheduling form for seniors, which includes all of the different options: Spanish 1, Spanish 2, Spanish 3, AP Spanish. American Sign Language is a new option. And then our two world language electives are Passport to the World and World Culture Through Film. Basically, in Spanish 1 is an introduction to speaking Spanish, how to converse using the present tense. We do a lot of different vocabs, that colors, descriptions, school vocab, things around the community. It really is just breaking into the language. And then in Spanish 2, we start talking about some bigger topics, but also still building on daily chores, how to get yourself ready. We discuss our childhood. Additionally, we actually cover natural disasters and how they affect historically and culturally different Spanish-speaking countries. So we start to break into the culture a little bit more in structure. But the big thing in Spanish too is that we discuss the past tenses as well as the future tense. So after 2 years of Spanish, the idea is that students can speak in a general overview in the past, present, and future language. Building off of that, we go to Spanish 3, and we start to expand. And so grammatically, we start using the subjunctive mood. We start talking about commands and instructing people. Additionally, we teach how to use pronouns in different ways, as they have a bigger part in the Spanish language than we necessarily use here in English. And then, we start to really go into different topics. We have a big art unit. And this year, we're actually doing a field trip with Spanish 3 to an art museum, to the Cincinnati Art Museum. Additionally, we talk about health, break that up to fitness, nutrition, and medical. We start talking about travel, including, going through the airport, as well as getting around the city, checking into hotels, a variety of things like that. And so Spanish 3, we do up our ante, and our new offering, Spanish 4, has now become AP Spanish. And this is a big change for us, and that we're preparing students to take the AP Spanish exam in May or late April. And so if they get that 3, 4, or 5 on the exam, they'll be able to get that college credit. And so basically, I have it up here and I'll talk later, but, AP Spanish, we do talk about these different themes throughout, with beauty and aesthetics, contemporary life, families and communities, global challenges, personal and public identities, and science and technology. The exam does cover that, and I can certainly answer questions you might have, but the focus is getting students prepared to use Spanish and talking about those. The other two that we have, world language electives. Passport to the World is just a general overview of different places in the world. World Culture Through Film is using cinema in order to explore the different things occurring in the past and present culture, historically, socially. Both of these courses are taught in English, and assignments are in English, but ideally they will have a Spanish background as well as a world background, but they are meant to accent the Spanish program. But additionally, we have our new offering of American Sign Language, and one of the nice things about this, is that American Sign Language has a far different structure than Spanish. So I love the fact that students actually can take both American Sign Language and Spanish. It shouldn't conflict too much. Certainly they are two very different courses. They are about communication, but the structures shouldn't really confuse between the two. And so I had mentioned at the beginning of the video, I talked about a few different reasons why we take Spanish. And largely and wholly, I mentioned already, people want 2 years of the same foreign language and applying to colleges. 4-year universities typically require 2 years of the same foreign language. I know Ohio State has in the past required 3 years of the same foreign language, so some programs might be different, and you definitely want to check with that at your level. But there's lots of reasons in just bettering ourselves overall, but why you should go all the way through AP Spanish. Additionally, if you go on the Batavia School's website and click Batavia High School from the drop-down menu, and go to Guidance, there's a link here for Guidance, you'll find the course selection guide. Okay, and that goes over all the courses, through all the programs, and has a lot of information. But I know some students are interested in graduating with honors, okay, the high school academic honors diploma, and there are a few different ways to graduate with honors, so check out this document. But 3 years of the same world language, okay, does qualify, or you could do 2 and 2, so 2 years Spanish, 2 years American Sign Language. That is possible as well, but it does satisfy that, and certainly when you're applying to colleges, having 3 or 4 years of the same language is going to set you apart as you're trying to show colleges why they should consider you versus any of the other thousands of students that they are interested in. So you definitely want to take those challenging courses for that reason. Okay, but that being said, it's a general overview of some of the different reasons or why or options of what you can take next year. Hopefully you guys enjoy how we teach the Spanish language, and if you have any questions, please feel free to email us, talk to us inside, outside of class, and I hope to see you guys down the road. Thank you very much.